Hello, everybody. The Great Pikmin 679 here. And, I can finally say this Let's Play is about to reach a finale. Granted, it's not one of a major climatic finale like the main story or the DLC. During the time, I decided to say, fuck hard mode, I'm going back to normal. Because in all fairness, doing hard mode on normal was fine. The main story was fine, just doing hard mode. Fuck having to do this Fell Xenologue on hard mode though. Don't know why I didn't swap to normal mode like partway through that Fell Xenologue. Good gravy. Would save me like a crap ton of time. But also, I finally got all the supports for the DLC characters. And aside from like one session that I decided I'm gonna stop on, I have not seen much beyond that, and I've waited a long time to essentially see these anyways. And we're gonna view like 3 packed wings, and then after that it's basically showing their dialogue in case you bring them to the final boss and the stuff after the credits. Because yep, honestly that's just about it really. I know like all the stuff has been uploaded like way before I did, but you can kind of see this as like a bonus episode of sorts. It's basically going to be me reacting to all the DLC supports and basically just showing off one last thing. Because a few new people are going to be joining the polygamy? Episode of polygamy. But thank goodness they allow you to reminisce for support, because if not, I would have been massively screwed.
Hey, Nell. How are you feeling? Having any trouble adjusting or anything?
I have had no difficulty. And I feel the same as I felt prior to my slumber.
I'm glad to hear that. All the same, I hope you'll come to me if there's anything you need.
Before we arrived here, Rafal informed me of the circumstances which allowed me to awaken. You had a notion of how to wake me, but you could not be assured of success, and yet you pondered whether I would come, as if to take that success as given. Why?
You're right. I didn't know for sure. I guess I just believed it.
Explain.
I chose to have faith that we'd meet again, Nell. No matter how long it took.
I see. You truly are possessed of a virtuous nature, Divine One. I only hope that your gentle disposition does not cause you to trust others unduly. Farewell.
I guess I should be used to the lectures by now.
And yet I strangely don't.
Even so, it's good to see her in high spirits. Never change now.
Divine One, before you retire to your chambers, a word.
Uh-oh. What did I do this time?
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
It is so very like you not to know. I noticed your efforts to shield me from harm in the last battle, and I am appreciative. In doing so, however, you sustained an injury.
So you noticed. I did take a hit, but it was nothing serious.
Just a flesh wound.
Even a superficial wound can be quite painful. Allow me to treat it.
Oh, thank you.
A certain other divine dragon I knew was also nonchalant about injuries, and always quick with empathy. The focus was always outward, on the well-being of others. As the irreplaceable centerpiece of this army, you must be more mindful of your condition.
I get it. I'm sorry. I'll be more careful.
It is easy to speak the words of such an oath. Harder to support the words with action.
You never let up, do you? You know, Nell, I've been meaning to ask, how similar am I to the divine dragon you knew in your world?
Why the sudden interest?
I've actually been wondering for a while. When you saved my life back in your world, you said that you couldn't bear to lose me. Does that mean... to you, when you look at me, are you actually seeing the divine dragon you knew before?
The wound is clean, and it is healing nicely. You should take this day to rest and recover. Farewell for now.
Just dodge that question.
Thanks, Nell. I will. Good night.
Just dodge that question. Clearly stay through. Just like, nope, not answering that, nope.
Divine One, I am pleased to see that you are taking your rest where you...
I had some spare time, so I thought I'd follow your advice and take it easy for a change. I only wish I had the luxury all the time.
To be so at peace that you could fall asleep at any moment. That is happiness. Many fail to appreciate it while they have it. And you work tirelessly to achieve it for others. That is why you have my respect.
Respect? Okay, where is Nell, and what have you done with her?
Literally right in front of you. Can you not see her?
Do not be so taken aback. It is true, and it ought not to be such a surprise. Perhaps I have hidden it better than I thought.
Maybe a little bit.
I believe I have an answer to the question you asked me previously. In truth, I have known the answer for some time. I was merely unable to find the words.
Don't worry, I understand. Now that you have an answer, though, I'd like to hear it. Do you actually think of me as the same divine dragon you knew before?
I do not. You may have the same name and similar eyes, but you are distinct and unique.
Okay, so that basically, yeah, okay. I kind of figured, you know, it's a similar situation because, you know, Fire Emblem has also the same name, so yeah, it just makes sense.
When I stand beside you, in or out of battle, I see only this. Here and now, it is you I wish to protect. And it will be your enemies I destroy.
I'm relieved to hear you say that. Thank you. That devotion goes both ways, you know. I want to protect you, too. I don't want to lose you again.
Those words are complicated for me to hear, Divine One. Nevertheless, consider them to be engraved upon my heart. Let us fight to hold on to what has become so dear to the both of us.
Aww.
Lady Nell, would you like something to drink?
That will not be necessary.
How about something to eat? I brought some bread.
I am not hungry.
I suppose I can eat this later then. Perhaps you should get some rest.
Celestia,
What is it?
you have, of late, been fussing over me a great deal. Why?
Well, I was unable to protect you in a past battle. I don't want that to happen again. So I decided to stay by your side and keep you safe.
The sentiment is appreciated, but our relationship is no longer hierarchical. We now aid the Divine Dragon as equals. You served me well in our world, and I consider your duty in that regard fulfilled.
If that's how you feel, then I suppose I should do as I please from now on.
Very good. Then I bid you farewell.
Okay, thanks, bye!
You are following me.
Don't think I didn't notice you for like the 5 seconds you followed me, Celestia.
I hope you don't mind. This is what it pleases me to do. I want to stay by your side.
Celestia, I wonder if you have considered forging some new friendships.
New friendships? What do you mean?
I mean, creating bonds with additional people, thereby broadening your perspective.
Oh, if that's what you want, I'll do my best to follow your orders.
That was not a command.
For you, Lady Nell, I'll befriend hundreds of people. Whatever it takes to make you happy.
That's a stretch.
You are crying.
I'm so sorry. I tried to make friends, but I was unsuccessful.
Tell me what happened.
I'm not sure. I made an effort to try talking to many different people, but most of them ran away when they saw me coming. The rest kept talking about Zephia and the 4 hounds, things I don't fully understand. The conversations got uncomfortable, and I couldn't tell them that I wanted to be friends. Do you think it's because I'm a mage dragon? Perhaps it's too hard for people to accept us.
No. We dragons can certainly form close bonds with the little ones. The Divine Dragon demonstrates that fact time and time again, and there is no reason you cannot do the same.
That's true. But then...
If you are apprehensive, then perhaps I should accompany you as you make your efforts.
Would you? I would greatly enjoy an outing with you.
Very well. Then it shall be so.
Yes.
again, don't actually does make like a lot of sense. That's why the DLC characters don't have much conversation, or technically any of them don't have many support with other characters aside from Nell and Wolfall sharing some support with only one of the nobles from each region. Because according to everybody else, they look very similar to Zephyr and the Four Hounds, which despite the weird color and personality differences, it can be harsh.
Lady Nell, I went to town today and talked with everyone again.
And forged a number of new friendships by the sound of it.
I did! And it's all thanks to you.
I merely helped to remind you of the courage you already possess. It seems you require no further assistance from me in this matter.
Actually, there is still something else I was hoping you could help me with. I know this is probably out of line and too bold of me, but... Lady Nell, would you forge a friendship with me?
I must decline.
What? You don't want to be my friend? I knew it! You hate me!
Okay, now that is stretch.
Of course not. Please, do not misunderstand.
What do you mean?
I apologize for my brisk tone. It is merely the way I am accustomed to speaking. I must decline to forge a new friendship with you, because we already have an existing one.
Oh, we're already friends? That's wonderful.
You are crying.
Because what you said just made me so happy. Wait, am I dreaming? I must be dreaming.
You are not dreaming, Celestia. And, without a doubt, you are my dearest friend.
Your dearest friend? I'm honored, Lady Nell. You are my best friend as well. I want to stay by your side as your best friend forever. Please, let me attend you going forward.
What?
Are you thirsty? Would you like something to eat, perhaps?
Our dialogue appears to have come full circle.
I guess it just works.
I can't imagine anything more wonderful than to be by your side as a friend, Lady Nell.
If it pleases you this much, then it cannot fail to please me. I am glad beyond words for our friendship. The War Council is not for a while yet. I should find a way to fill the time. The weather is warm and lovely today. Perhaps I should simply relax and enjoy it. I must have dozed off. What is this roasted meat doing here?
And why is it on the ground?
Did someone forget to eat? Unplanned naps seem to have become a habit of mine.
I feel like I doze off every 5 freaking seconds.
Roasted meat sitting out upon the ground again. Mysterious.
This time it's accompanied by ice cream. How the hell did ice cream get here?
Surely the owner would have noticed 2 missing meals.
Okay, she's fast asleep. Secret snack, activate!
Stop right there.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Princess of Solm. You are the one who has been leaving roasted meat in my presence.
What? No.
Then explain what you have there.
It's a fashion accessory.
Girl, you have fashion accessories all over you.
Anyway, sorry to bother you, bye!
Hold a moment, I only wanted to ask... No use. She is gone. How perplexing.
Sizzle and crackle on the heat. Nothing tastes better than roasted meat, yeah!
Yeah, I thought I was gonna get away from Tamara singing. It's Tamara. Why should I not expect her to sing?
You are not easy to find, little princess.
Lady Nell!
I wish to discuss the food you have been leaving in front of me.
Guess there's no point hiding it. Yeah, that was me. Lately, you just look so tired. Whenever I walk past you, there you are, sleeping on the ground. I figured a good strong meal would put some pep back in your step.
Forgive me. It seems that my recent outdoor naps have caused you to worry. The concern is appreciated, but I still do not understand what role the meat is meant to play.
Food gives you energy, right? So, more food, more energy.
Perhaps that is true for your kind, but such things fail to put a pep in my step, as you say. So, if that is your intention, I would recommend an alternative approach.
Whoa, I didn't even think of trying something else. Got any ideas? Hit me.
I rather enjoyed the song you were singing earlier. Perhaps you could continue that.
Now, why?
Ooh, sure. Which one? Facing snackwards? Meat on the wind? Bacon in my heart?
Oh my god, these names.
I did not realize there were so many. I am uncertain of the title. The choice is yours.
I can't believe you actually want to hear me sing! My time has finally come! You know, I can't decide. Why don't I just sing them all for you?
I would appreciate that.
You know what? It did just cross my mind that I do like a character from the sky that actually sings, so honestly, I don't know why. I don't know why I find one character singing good, while this one is Watermelon singing is just eh. Like, it's not too terrible, it's just it just doesn't hit right for me or something.
Such melancholy is uncharacteristic of you, Princess Timera.
Oh. Hey, Lady Nell.
Perhaps you should consider roasting up some meat. After all, your step requires pep.
You remembered! That's so sweet. The truth is, I'm feeling a little down about my singing lately.
Okay, now you're just making me feel bad about commenting on you singing to me. I'm sorry.
Explain.
Some folks passed by while I was building a fire earlier. They said some stuff. What's that horrible sound? I think my ears are bleeding. That kind of thing.
Inexcusable.
Oh, that's not what bugged me. What bothered me was wondering if you also thought that stuff, but were too polite to say. Now I'm worried you're just putting up with my singing to be nice. Sorry, I'm a big dummy.
Indeed, you are a very large dummy.
What?
I cherish your singing with all my heart. Each song you sing is a special treasure that I will experience nowhere else. You must understand, we dragons live a very long time. Thousands of years.
I know.
Even the mind of a dragon is unable to retain the whole of such a lengthy interval of time. And so, many of our memories, beginning with the least noteworthy, fade away and are lost. That is why, to me, a memorable song is more valuable than any amount of singing skill. The recollection of your music will endure in my mind for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years.
Wow. That's quite a compliment, Lady Nell. Thank you.
Do you feel any better?
Oh yeah, loads better. Being down in the dumps really isn't my style anyway. Now, I gotta sing my heart out every time I see you. That way you'll never forget me.
There is no need to concern yourself about that. The memory of you is etched forever on my mind.
Good. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop making up new songs. Oh, but I've got one for you now. I call it Riding the Flavor Wave. Ready to hear it?
Naturally.
And we're not gonna hear a single lick of that lyric.
Sister?
Something has upset you, Rafal. What is it?
Is it not obvious? Already you are throwing yourself to the front lines. You have not yet fully recovered. Allow me to fight at the front instead.
Your concern is appreciated. But with the Dragonstone you gave me, it is unfounded. My ability to transform is no less than it was prior to the shattering of my own stone.
That is true enough.
Moreover, as you know, my new stone was empowered directly by the emblems. It is a piece of that which imparted to you your own power to transform.
Yes. We were fortunate that the Dragonstone yielded by the emblems was exceptionally large. That is why I was able to split the stone into 4 pieces, and give 2 of them to you.
No reasoning why they both have 2 stones in the game.
I was initially concerned that the split would reduce potency, but that has not been the case.
Indeed. So there is no reason for you to be concerned about me.
I will accept that. If you promise to call upon me the moment you are in danger.
Thank you. Should such a moment come, I will do so.
And I will be there.
Rafal,
Yes?
I am concerned about your wound. You were reckless about protecting me in the last battle. One misstep and that cut could have been fatal. Is it healing properly, at least?
It is, thank you. And yes, I am told that if the slash were slightly to the right, I would be dead. I was healed with a staff, but evidently there will be permanent scarring nevertheless.
This is entirely my fault.
A scar is a small price to pay for the opportunity to protect you. I would do it again.
Please refrain. I beg of you. You cannot possibly think that I would be pleased to see you sacrifice your life, do you?
No, I do not. Even so, I cannot bear the thought of you being hurt again.
I understand how you feel, but I do not understand why you must be so...
I watched over you for 1,000 years after you sacrificed yourself for my sake. I spent every waking moment of that time keenly aware of the depths of my foolishness. A fear that you would never wake held me constantly in its grasp. It nearly drove me mad.
Rafal,
Hear me. I will do anything not to lose you again. Protecting you is all I care about. Whatever may become of me, I am prepared to accept. And if you truly understand how I feel, that is all I need say. Now, I will take my leave.
wait, please, listen. How can I make you understand?
I see that your injuries have been treated. Good.
It also seems like you haven't moved an inch for this dawn kitchen ever since we last spoke. How long were you standing there, woman?
You have been waiting all the while. I apologize for taking up so much of your time.
The time is irrelevant. That hit, on the other hand, was meant for me. And you stole it. I said I would protect you no matter what becomes of me. Do my words mean so little? If your aim is to trample my heart, then so be it. But do not make yourself a martyr.
The shoe appears to have found its way to the other foot.
Nell!
I understand you are angry. But now you will hear me. The 1,000 years you spent in Watch passed me by in an instant. In our native world, we were never truly twins. One might say it is because we could not be twins that we fought against each other.
What is your point?
Now, in this world, everything has changed. We share a Dragonstone. Do you not see? That makes us true and equal halves of a whole. And if that is so, then your protection of me cannot be one-sided. If your wish is to protect me, and not to be protected in turn, then we will never be equal. If we are two halves of a whole, then I must protect you as well. Your pain is my pain, and your joy is my joy, and your fear and your hardship are mine also. So do not tell me ever again that what becomes of you is irrelevant.
You are absolutely right. Please, pardon me for my arrogance. I have allowed my fear of losing you to govern my entire relationship with you. That is wrong. We are indeed equals. Halves of a whole. I beg you, forgive my impudence.
There is nothing to forgive. All that you have said and done has been out of love.
How is your wound? Tell me truly.
It is likely to remain with me forever. Yours?
The same. For the rest of my life.
Twins with matching scars.
No need to be so happy about it.
On the contrary, this scar is proof that I have been a shield for my brother.
You are impossible. There is no competing with you.
A laugh now. And a smile as well. This day will live forever in my memory.
Smile? Never. You must have imagined it.
You cannot fool me, Rafal. It is impossible.
Why? Because we are two halves of a whole?
Precisely.
My mind is your mind, I suppose. Let it always be so, dear sister.
Indeed.
Oh. I like that. I like that. Oh, spicing up was almost now real quickly. We're about, like, almost half an hour in. At least 20 minutes into starting it, I guess.
Hello, Nell. I'd like to speak with you a moment, if that's all right.
Certainly. I have been meaning to have a word with you as well, and there is no need for apprehension. You may speak freely with me anytime you like.
Thank you. I wanted to ask, are you really Sombron's daughter? I've been wondering ever since I heard you were a Fell Dragon.
I am. And there was another of his children, in my world, whose name was Vale.
You know what? I'm glad my hunch was correct on that. I'm glad my hunch was correct on that. Vale did exist in the other world. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Nell's Mafia turning around was because of her world's Vale dying. It just works. How do I keep on testing calling this stuff?
According to Mavier, she was quite strict, but also very kind.
So there was another version of me in your world. What a peculiar feeling.
My feeling is that I am grateful fate has given us this opportunity to converse.
My siblings are gone. Well, all but one. I never dreamed I'd find another sister.
You consider me a sibling?
Of course I do. You may be from another world, but you're Papa's daughter, the same as me.
And friendship is not sufficient for you.
Do you not want to be my sister?
My heart is gladdened to hear your words, but my mind is not prepared to accept them.
You know what? That's fair.
My Sombron is not your papa, and Rafal has been my only sibling for a long time.
You're right. I put this on you very suddenly, didn't I? I'm sorry for getting overexcited. Let's forget about it for now and speak again another time. Hi, Nell. I'm sorry about before. I should have realized you might not see me as a sister. I was thinking it might help if we spent a little time together. I brought us something to eat.
A shared meal seems a fine way for us to kindle our friendship.
Great! I hope you don't mind if it's spicy.
I happen to enjoy a great deal of heat and salt in my food.
Oh, good! In that case, you're definitely going to enjoy this. I feel like everything's tasted better since I got here. I love sitting down to eat with everyone.
They have been very kind to me as well, even though I am a stranger from another world.
They're very welcoming. As a fellow Fell Dragon daughter, I want to do my part to welcome you here as well.
Thank you.
You said Rafal has been your only sibling for a long time. Hasn't that been lonely?
Certainly. I have felt the loss of each of my siblings over the years. I always wished that we could have been closer. But so much of our time was spent on survival. That meant envy and exploitation and betrayal. At times, it meant violence.
That's horrible.
That is why I am truly grateful to have the opportunity to spend time with you in peace. But it is also why the thought of accepting you as my sibling is accompanied by caution. For me, that type of relationship has been fraught with rivalry. And with fear.
Considering Nell's Sombron was a lot ruthless than this world's Sombron, yeah. All I'm saying is, this caution is agreeable. I can see the stance of being so cautionary about this.
Does that mean you're afraid of me?
I do not feel threatened, because we are not siblings. We were never supposed to have met. Since we are free to define our relationship as we like, I would prefer to think of us as friends.
I see. Thank you for being honest with me about your feelings now. I'd like to do this again sometime, if it's alright with you. Nell, can we talk?
This has the air of a serious matter.
I've given it some more thought, and I really would like us to be sisters.
Still on the mindset.
Your feelings matter to me, Vale. But I am perplexed by this sentiment. Friendship between us seems to be insufficient for you. Why?
I'm glad that we're friends. And for a while, I thought that might be enough. But when you talked about what happened with your other siblings, I began to feel differently. Sisters don't have to betray or hurt each other. Family doesn't have to be like that.
But someone is someone, and he says fuck you to family.
Why can't we be the kind of sisters who spend our time chatting over good spicy food? Is that still too difficult for you?
It is not. Contrary to expectation, the thought of a different sort of family is a pleasant one. And if siblings can truly have such a relaxed and trusting relationship, perhaps I will reconsider.
Does that mean...
I am uncertain. The happiness of gaining a sister is accompanied by the dread of losing her. I would fear the collapse of our familial bond.
There's no way I could become your enemy, Nell. Not ever. I'll always be on your side. Even if this war separates us by force, the time we spend together as a family is forever.
As a family?
That's right. I'll never forget the time I spend with my sister. And I'm sure you won't either. So if that thought brings you even a little bit of happiness, please do reconsider.
Very well.
Really? You mean it?
I too possess a yearning for a familial bond, and to care for those close to me. If this is your sincere wish, and if I have the power to grant it, then let it be so. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity, and your perseverance, sister.
Aww.
Oh, thank you, Nell. Hearing you say that makes me happy beyond words.
I am also glad. I wonder if I should think of you as an older sister or a younger one.
Being from different worlds does make it really hard for us to know who was born first.
Yeah. That's fair enough. Literally fair enough.
Based on our appearances, I think I must be the elder of us.
What? That can't be right. Look how much longer my hair is.
I do not see how the length of your hair is relevant to the issue. No matter. The coming centuries will provide us ample time to settle the debate.
That's true. I have that, and so much more to look forward to with my new sister.
Amazing. What a remarkable novel.
Hello, little prince. All finished reading?
Lady Nell, this is unexpected.
Is it? I have been eager for an opportunity to speak with you.
What about?
You are no doubt aware that I am a child of the fell dragon Sombron. Despite our differences in heritage, you are also a child of royalty. We have this in common. I never understood my father. I thought perhaps you could share some experiences with yours.
I've always wanted to be like my father, though there were times I failed to understand him too. He's always been considered a great king for his military might. That isn't how I'd like to rule.
Different ideologies, then.
You could say that. We occasionally butted heads over the future of Brodia.
Yet you were not sentenced to death for the defiance of your Lord Father. Why?
What do you mean, why? We don't execute people over simple disagreements in Brodia.
I see. Unlike your father, Lord Sombron preferred to silence all dissent with execution.
Yeah, that's on one.
To object to his decree was out of the question. To survive, there was no choice but to obey.
I can't even imagine living under such a vile dictatorship. I'm so sorry.
There is no need to apologize. That is all in the past for me now. Hearing of your experiences has taught me a great deal. I hope we will speak again soon.
Of course.
We meet again, little prince. Perhaps you will indulge me in conversation once more.
It would be my pleasure.
Your talk of Brodia piqued my interest. I wished to know more about your kingdom, so I took it upon myself to travel to the castle town and gather information.
You went all the way to Brodia Castle?
For a dragon, it is not far. Discretion was the greater challenge, but I did go unnoticed.
I'll take your word for it. What did you learn?
I heard much talk of the young Prince Diamant. who will someday become a splendid king. There seemed to be little doubt that his reign would be even greater than his father's. Perhaps it is strange for me to say, but it pleased me very much to hear these things.
Thank you, Lady Nell. But I really can't accept the compliment.
Explain.
It's nice to hear I have a good reputation, but imagine for argument's sake that I don't. Suppose that all you heard in your time at the castle was what a terrible king I'd make. If that was what everyone was saying, would you accept the rumor without question?
Certainly not. And I suppose you intend to say that such rumors cannot be assumed true.
Exactly. If you want to judge whether I'd be a good king, you should do it with your own eyes.
You are right. It was careless of me to make such an assumption.
I know you were only trying to be nice. I hope I didn't offend.
I took no offense. And what you said was precisely correct. But since you suggested it, I have indeed decided to take the measure of you myself. So be advised. These eyes will judge whether you have the makings of a worthy king.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Until then, Lady Nell, I will be sure to put my best foot forward. Hello again, Lady Nell.
Little prince, I have been observing you carefully since last we spoke.
Which is about approximately 666 days ago. You just made it up. Yeah, probably.
And I have determined, based on what I have observed, that you will make a fine king indeed.
I am honored.
You possess great strength, both of body and mind. Your will and resolve are indomitable, and you have the ability to remain objective, even when placed under terrible stress. That is my assessment. Your kingdom will prosper during your reign.
That's very high praise. Thank you.
No thanks are needed. I merely spoke my mind.
Then let me speak my mind as well. Your kindness, wisdom, and tenacity are humbling. I've seen you throw yourself against strong foes and impossible odds to keep your friends safe.
I am a dragon. Our superior durability allows us such indulgences.
Not even the toughest dragon would step up to protect others without kindness of heart.
I suppose.
I've seen your compassion off the battlefield as well. You cherish all life. You even once replanted a roadside flower so it wouldn't be trampled.
I see that you have studied me quite closely.
It was only fair to return the favor. It's not easy being a fell dragon from another world, but somehow you make it look easy.
Thank you for the compliment. I did not realize you had been assessing me. You are even more interesting than I expected. Perhaps more observation is in order. You may possess more traits that I have yet to discover.
And you might retract some of that praise once you've dug up all my flaws. Until then, I'm happy to spend more time with you. I think we'll make great friends.
February 24th. Child of the Sovereign in a different world. After the fight for the 7 Wasted, she sacrificed herself to save her brother. Later looking into the sawmill. Likes the Divine Dragon. Flowers, spicy food, folk food, animals, weapons, nature. Fireplaces, blue skies. Dislikes cooking, fairy tales, fashion, visiting, strong orders, and the layer oversleeping. Watching over the little humans. A whisper text, seeing in the dark, as dragons do. Cool and level-headed, outwardly stern, especially with the Divine Dragon, but dotes on the fence. Most soothing lullaby of anyone in the army. Very strange, very strange.
Good day to you.
Shopping is an odd concept to me, but the sight of all these little shops certainly brings me joy.
Divine One, before you proceed to battle, allow me to assist you with any preparations.
I appreciate that, Nell. I'm actually all set, but it'd be great if you could check on the others.
I see.
What's wrong?
Apologies. My offer of assistance was merely an excuse to be near you. I am concerned.
Talk to me. Maybe I can help.
Not only have I seen you endure battle after battle, but now you have faced death itself. This war has no doubt taken its toll upon your body and mind. Tell me how you're feeling.
I'm okay. Really. I'm as tired as you'd expect. But it hasn't slowed me down too much. Overall, if anything, I'm feeling stronger than I've ever felt before. That's not just me being the 13th emblem. It's thanks to my friends. Especially you.
If I did not know better, I would attribute your remarkable strength to divine dragon blood. Imagine my surprise when I learned that you were actually born a Fell Dragon child. That said, though we are not family, we share a heritage. And I am glad for that.
I'm flattered to hear you say so.
It is my intention to remain by your side for as long as I can, even after the fighting is done. It is my wish to remain your companion, and to bear witness to the world of peace you create.
There's no one I'd rather have by my side for that. I can't imagine my life without you, Nell. That's why I've been wanting to give you this.
Divine One, is this...
The Pact Ring. I'd like it to be a symbol of our shared future. Will you accept? If you'd said you thought of me as the same person you once knew, I wouldn't feel this way. But you said that you only see me. This version of me. Here and now. I'll never be a substitute for the divine dragon you used to know. But as my own person, I can love you just as much. I hope you feel the same.
I do, Divine One. And I am deeply moved by your words. Forgive me. This is not an occasion for tears. But as you can see, I am smiling, and I will gladly accept this ring.
I can't tell you how happy that makes me.
Now that the pact is sealed, allow me to express my feelings to you without reservation. My fondness for you grows each and every day. I love you.
Oh, I love you too now. At this rate, I might as well like every character from Fire Emblem Engage. Though still stunned at times, her love for the Divine Dragon grows each day. She feels lonely whenever they are apart. Nell claims to restore the pact ring in her womb, but in truth has never once left it unattended. I don't even think about it. I did see, like, in the main file that, whenever you engage with someone, they have a special item in Leo's room as well, so... A high-quality satchel like the one Nell wears. She engages to me so we can match to represent our special connection. Aww.
There you are, Rafal. I've been looking for you.
You. What do you need?
Nothing. I just wanted to express my gratitude. I haven't had the chance to do it properly. So, thank you for coming to the Somniel. I'm grateful that you've joined us.
I promised that we would meet again if my sister were to wake and forgive me. To go back on my word would be an insult to that miraculous gift. Thus, I am here. The price for my allegiance has already been paid. There is no need for thanks.
Even so, your continued support means a lot to me. I can thank you for that, at least.
You are a strange one.
Yeah, I am.
It is absurd for you to trust me at all after what I have done. To be friendly is beyond the pale.
Look, Rafal, I already played a game where I befriended and got an ending where I S-ranked the antagonist. At least the book 1 antagonist.
What if I just want you to be happy, after all we've been through? Would that be so wrong? It's not like I could have let things end with you and Nell at odds. That would break my heart. Deep down, I know you're a good person. And I happen to like you.
You like me? Is that truly what people say?
Why not? What's wrong with it?
Enough! Do you have no duties of your own to attend to? Leave me be.
Hey, wait a second.
No, I'm not waiting for a second.
Great weather we're having today, wouldn't you say, Rafal? Perfect for a long walk.
Hugh, did you retain nothing of what I said?
Am I ever sure this is the same day that you're following me? How long were you following me? I wasn't. This is 3 days later. Why did you follow me for that long?
Did I not tell you to leave me be?
I remember. But I have so much I want to talk to you about that I couldn't possibly stay away.
You could at least sound less pleased with yourself about it. The tone is not endearing. Very well then, out with it. What is it you wished to discuss?
I was going to ask you about all your likes and dislikes. But if I have to pick just one topic, I'd like to know how you spent your time while you were waiting for Nell to wake up.
There is little to know. I waited, alone.
It's really not that complicated. Waiting is a boring thing, you know?
If you insist on details, I held her hand, and I prayed continually that she would wake. I prayed for another opportunity to be a brother to her. A proper one this time. I wanted the chance to make her happy. And above all, I wanted her to know my true name.
I see.
Beyond that, my thoughts were simple. If she does not wake today, then perhaps tomorrow. Before I knew it, 1,000 years had passed.
My mother's experience must have been similar.
The time was nothing to me. The days prior to her awakening were an insignificant blur. But I will never forget the smile she gave me on the day she finally woke. At any rate, that is all there is to tell. She woke, we came here, and you know the rest.
You say that like waiting 1,000 years was trivial. It wasn't. Not just anyone could do that.
Your praise is uncalled for. My motivations were entirely selfish, I assure you.
Sure, you tell yourself that, bud.
All the same, I do not think I would have done it if not for what you said before we parted ways. In that regard, you are as responsible for Nell's return as I am. And you have my thanks.
You sounded a bit like Nell just then. You might say the resemblance between you is almost familial at this point.
After all that, you mocked me. This conversation was a mistake.
I'm out of here.
No, Rafal, I didn't mean...
Please come back, I didn't mean it like that!
This prattle. Goodbye. You, take these.
Huh? What's this? A bundle of... Oh, there are sweets inside.
Ooh, piece of candy.
The kitchen staff held me hostage until I made these confections. I did what had to be done.
You made these from scratch? For me? They look wonderful, Rafal. Thank you so much. Do you mind if I have some now?
Do as you like. Though there is something you should know. The treats come in 2 varieties. One is quite ordinary, while the other is, special flavor.
What do you mean by that?
I'll admit I'm curious, but I think I'll save the special kind for last. Let's try a regular one.
How would I know which one's the regular one and which one's the special one?
Sweet! Too sweet! Ah, it burns! Is it supposed to burn?
How'd it get burned? How'd it get burned? Especially me, how'd I get burned?
You call that ordinary flavor?
This whole endeavor was worth it for the look on your face alone. I should have clarified. I meant ordinary for me. Any less sweet than that, and I'd taste nothing.
I shudder to think what your idea of a special flavor is. I don't know if I have it in me.
If the fear is too much to bear, you can simply give them away. Or discard them altogether.
You know better than to suggest that. Okay, you've convinced me. Here goes nothing. Oh, wow. This one's amazing. It's all my favorite flavors combined in perfect balance.
With your sensitive palate in mind, I used an exceptionally small amount of each flavoring.
So that's what you meant by special.
I would encourage you to savor these treats, because they are the last I will ever produce.
Sure.
Not that I regret the effort spent. As folk here say, actions are stronger gratitude than words.
It's been an incredible experience. Thank you. I can tell you put your heart into making them.
I am gonna need a bun here, however, for that first one.
There's just one problem, Rafal.
What is that?
How am I supposed to find room in my stomach for dinner?
Walk it off, Divine One.
Well, if it isn't Lord Rafal. What a coincidence, running into you in this great wide Somniel. Whoa, what's with the silent treatment? We've always been such good allies.
Ah, yes, now I recall. You are one of those mewling 4 winds wretches.
That sharp gaze. The cruel words. You're nothing at all like when you were Lord Nil.
If your lungs enjoy the air, Gregory, you will not permit them to breathe that name again.
I guess I was right then. Before, when you were being nice to us, that was all an act, wasn't it?
Of course it was an act. Is your weak mind so easily soothed by empty platitudes?
Oh, Gregory, I've missed you so. The sight of you fills my heart with joy.
Ouch, you don't have to be so mean. Words hurt as bad as blades, you know.
Then state your business and cease to waste my time. What brings you to me now? Revenge?
What? No, I'm not like that at all. I don't believe in revenge. I don't have any particular business with you.
Then be gone. You are of no further use to me.
Fine, fine. Not like I actually want to be used by you again. I did have one question for you, though. You're cruel, but it feels like a mask, just like your kindness did. So, who is the real you?
Your naivete is staggering.
I'm just gonna go.
Why, Lord Rafal! Today must be my lucky day. Isn't the weather great? I could take a nap right here. If it wasn't the middle of a battlefield.
Also, don't ask why I'm holding a tome right now.
Your enthusiasm is bewildering, and your overtures of friendship are misplaced.
Who says I'm trying to be your friend? Maybe the Divine Dragon wants me to chaperone you.
You chaperone me? Huh.
I mean, why not? You may be powerful, but you have the habit of letting that get to your head. Maybe having a cool, intellectual type like me by your side will help balance you out.
When I require the services of a spineless, sniveling coward, I will be sure to...
Look out!
What the...
You always have to be wary of an ambush on the battlefield, Lord Rafal.
How dare the corrupted loose an arrow in my direction?
It's rather shocking, but given that I just saved your life, I'd say you need me as a chaperone.
Do not patronize me. I am more than capable of fighting this battle without your supervision.
Sure you are. Never said you weren't.
What is it? If it will help you wipe that look off your face, then by all means, spit it out.
Nothing. Nothing at all. I was just thinking about how strong you are.
Indeed, you would do well to remember that. My power will be what decides this battle, and it will do so far more effectively if you keep quiet and out of the way.
As great as it sounds to just stand aside and avoid all conflict, if I stop watching you and you get killed, I could never look the Divine Dragon in the eye again.
If you insist, then so be it. But mind your place and keep up, lest you be left behind.
But of course, I will do as you say, my former master. I had my doubts at first, but I'd say we make a pretty good team.
You have done well.
What? A compliment? Did you actually just say I did well?
Yes, he did.
Too well. What is your aim in fighting alongside me? What are you trying to achieve? Do you recall nothing of how I played you for a fool? The life that was lost because of it?
Of course I remember.
Surely you are harboring resentment, or fear at the very least, that I may turn on you again.
Oh, believe me. I used to resent and hate you with all my heart. Still do, if I'm being honest. But that anger, it's not directed entirely toward you.
What is that supposed to mean?
Well, I never realized you had a secret. I didn't even realize how much you were suffering. I'm more angry at myself for being so useless. I wasn't able to help you. To rescue you.
Is that so?
That's why I'm trying so hard to understand you in this world.
Huh. You truly believe you can fathom my mind?
Hey, at least give a plot for attempting, at least.
Maybe, maybe not. But even if I fail in that and you betray us again, I won't fail in ending you. So it doesn't matter how cruel or nice you are to me. I don't plan on leaving your side.
So open about your plans. Why should I keep my would-be murderer close to my side?
Because the Divine Dragon wants me to be your chaperone? Seems like a good enough reason.
Oh, very well. Serve me with your backstabbing blade near to hand if that is what pleases you. So long as you are aware that the only back such a blade will find is your own. Are you truly amused by your own weakness?
Oh, I was just thinking that, based on what I've seen, we don't need to worry too much. The way you feel obligated and try to push me away, your inability to honestly express thanks, you try to hide it. But I see you. And I doubt you'll betray us again. Probably. No. Definitely.
Comfort yourself with whatever delusions you prefer. None of this matters to me.
Is that so? Then why are your ears turning red?
I beg your pardon?
I think I like you better when you're this easy to read. I won't be fooled by the mask you try to wear. Not when I've finally seen your true face.
There. Now all that remains is to pack these up and put them away.
Greetings. Do you require any assistance?
Thank you, Lord Rafal, but no. The tools are now neatly organized.
You are planning to sort the weapons next, are you not? Perhaps I can assist with that.
You need not trouble yourself. It seems you have something on your mind. Can I assist you somehow?
I can see that my efforts to be considerate have come to naught. No need to rub it in.
Not at all. You are still new to this world. If I can ease the transition in any way, I will.
I do not require anything at the moment.
Good. If that changes, I assume you know how to find me.
I would extend to you the same offer. I know you have a tendency to overwork yourself. Try to rest now and again.
Thank you for your concern. 3 more trips should suffice.
Hauling crates, are we? Allow me to help you.
The sentiment is appreciated, Lord Rafal, but that is entirely unnecessary.
Come on, I can save at least like 1 trip back, man. Like, God.
Whatever you think of my appearance, I possess more than adequate strength for this task.
I am aware of that. Why do you seem so eager to be of assistance to me?
Are my efforts to help you a nuisance?
No, but they are somewhat perplexing. Perhaps if you explained the reasoning behind them, I would be more inclined to accept. This appears to be difficult for you.
Yes, it does.
I will not force the issue. When you feel inclined to explain, I will be ready to listen. For now, I will return to my work.
I should have expected he would notice. I must decide how much to tell him. It is not an easy decision, but I ought to be certain how I feel before I speak with him again. Mavier, speak with me for a moment.
Very well. What about?
Our conversation the other day. There is something you should know.
Is this about why you have been so eager to be of assistance to me?
Yes. There was a man by the name of Mavier in my world, who greatly resembled you. I caused that man's death.
So, this is a matter of atonement.
That is not what I...
It can be seen that way, before it can be seen that way.
Perhaps you have a point. This guilt I feel is a heavy burden.
I am not the person you hurt, Lord Rafal. No matter how much I may remind you of him, regardless of your feelings, I am in no position to accept an apology or to offer forgiveness.
That is true enough. To you, my account is no more than the tale of a complete stranger.
Precisely. Anything I might offer you would ultimately ring hollow. You should focus your efforts elsewhere.
Wise words. No amends I make to you will counteract the evil I have done at all. My paltry overtures have been nothing but a childish attempt to soothe my own ego.
If it is any consolation, I understand how you feel all too well. I also have a great deal for which to atone.
I hope that you are able to do so.
Neither of us can alter the past. The best we can do is improve the future. If we can make the world better than it was before we damaged it, that will be a start.
You set a fine example. Perhaps following it will ease my burden.
If that is the case, I will be glad for it. Now, I have more crates to haul. Would you mind lending me a hand?
Certainly. You... Ivy. I have something to say to you. I have come to apologize for turning you into one of the corrupted.
I might accept your apology, Lord Rafal, if I had any notion of what you were referring to.
I mean, I might have been there for like that one battle, but that was about it.
It was my intention to lead with the worst of it, and to follow with an explanation. You are quite unlike the Ivy I knew in my world. I am accustomed to her constant interruptions.
If you need a moment, please take your time.
Thank you. I turned the Ivy of my world into one of the corrupted, and forced her to fight. I took advantage of her willingness. She was all too devoted to the Fell Dragon, eager to serve. But I did the same to all of the royals soon after, willing or not. I deeply regret my actions.
Thank you for explaining, but I fail to see what any of this has to do with me. You have apologized to the wrong Ivy, and unnerved this one a fair bit, to be candid.
It is no longer possible for me to speak with the person I hurt. I am afraid this is all I can do. I suppose I thought I could reach her through you, but perhaps it is peace of mind I am after.
I think I understand how you feel, but I still don't see how I could possibly help you.
All I require you to do is allow me to make some amends for the damage I have done.
Maybe I should have done this before Mario got.
What do these amends entail?
Anything you would like. Make a wish, and I will see it done.
Very well. If you insist, I will think of something.
I will be waiting. You approach me at last. I take this to mean you have decided on a wish?
Indeed I have. My wish, to put it simply, is to return to the Academy.
Of course, the Academy. That stands to reason. Now, what is that exactly?
There's no such thing as an academy in my world. I think I might have destroyed that.
You don't know what the Academy is? Ugh, I had better think of another wish.
Nonsense. You need only paint me a picture with your words, and I will conjure it into being.
I may not be like an exact genie, but I could probably something close to it, I guess.
If you say so. The Academy is Elusia's Institute of Higher Education. All gather there to learn. Our people are required to attend from a certain age. Groups of peers are formed into classes.
So your wish is to be placed into a class and to study? Is that truly all you want?
Yes, but the Academy is more than the sum of its parts. My time there meant a great deal. I would not trade the treasures I discovered in those halls for anything in the world.
Excellent. Tell me of these treasures, and I will secure more of them for you immediately.
I don't think that's what she meant.
The treasures are the memories I made with my friends at the Academy, Lord Rafal.
Naturally. That will be complicated to replicate, of course. We can begin with initial conditions.
Oh my god, you're really going through this.
Your plan is to recreate the Academy? How? Surely you don't mean to repurpose a school from elsewhere. I will not condone pillaging.
Of course not. I would never do such a thing. You need not worry. Merely anticipate.
Indeed. Very well. I will take you at your word. Farewell for now, Lord Rafal.
Now what? How am I supposed to recreate an academy? I will need to do some research.
Maybe I really should have asked her to come up with another wish.
That will be all for today. Next week, I will have a history lesson prepared for us.
I will admit, I am surprised we have kept this up for so many lessons over so long a time. I never thought I'd be able to fully immerse myself into my studies again. It's been lovely.
Of course it has. I will settle for nothing less. I only wish I could have built a schoolhouse.
There's not enough land in this Somnia to build a schoolhouse. Really, there could have been more land.
Oh, that's not necessary. This is more than enough.
Tell me about your friends at the academy. Were they all royals and other nobles?
Some were, but the students came from all backgrounds and walks of life. Many of the friends I made there I would never have made at court. Or anywhere else. Those unexpected connections are another reason the Academy is special to me.
Rather like the connection you and I have forged since we started this venture.
Precisely, Lord Rafal. Your work here has given us a wonderful example of exactly that. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
If my efforts have brought you some measure of happiness, then I am satisfied. The Ivy in the world I come from must have had similar experiences at her academy. When I think of all the friendships she must have forged, and the effects of my actions.
I cannot forgive you on her behalf. But for whatever it's worth, I think learning your lesson and applying it here in this world is the most you could hope to do.
You are right. My sins are unforgivable, and I will carry that burden for the rest of my life. But I have learned my lesson, thanks to your academy. Institute of Higher Education indeed.
Well remembered. You know, Lord Rafal, you and I have studied together for quite a while by now. I don't think it would be inappropriate for us to think of one another as schoolmates.
Is that the term you use for an academy friend? I do not know if I have earned this distinction.
Come now. We've spent all this time learning together. It could hardly be any more fitting. I dare say there's no better descriptor for our relationship as it stands. Surely none I'd prefer.
If that is your desire, then it cannot be wrong. Your wish is what began this endeavor, after all. Then let us consider one another schoolmates until the end of time. Even after graduation.
Another treasured memory that I will happily add to my collection.
You.
A little more.
Your attention, please.
Huh? Oh, hey, Lord Rafal. You seem a little out of sorts. Anything I can do to help?
Cease your sweaty grunting at once. It is disruptive to my peace of mind.
Sure, I don't mind training a little more quietly. Sorry about that.
That is insufficient. I demand that you stop it altogether. The mere sight of it disrupts me.
I can't just stop working out, but I'm sure we can find a compromise. Let me think. Hey, I know. Why don't you join me?
I beg your pardon?
If we train together, the noise of it won't bother you at all. Come on, it'll be fun.
I have neither the time nor the patience to endure this pointless farce.
Everyone says stuff like that at first. Give it a chance, though. With me as your personal trainer, you'll definitely come around.
Every moment spent talking to you is a waste. If you intend to stay, then I will go. At speed.
Come on, Lord Rafal. Oh, wow, he's got great form. What a powerful stride. Hey, wait for me. I'm up for a run, too.
What is wrong with this man? What are you doing? Stop following me!
You're an amazing runner, you know? A real natural. I've upped my running game since last time, and I still can't keep up with you.
I am a dragon. No mere human can match me. I exceed you without effort. All of your toil is fruitless. If you were wise, you would give up.
Sorry, Lord Rafal, but I just can't agree with you there. My workouts aren't pointless. My body is living proof of that.
What do you mean?
When I was young, I was fragile and weak. No one thought I'd live a long life. But when my father got sick and died, I swore I'd fight for my own health as hard as I could. For my mother and sister's sake, I worked to make this body strong enough for anything.
For your sister's sake, you say?
I've been working out constantly ever since, and the results speak for themselves. I wouldn't be able to keep up with you and the Divine Dragon in battle if I didn't work for it.
I understand. It seems I owe you an apology for my harsh condemnation of your exercise.
Wow, you really mean that? I knew you'd come around. It was only a matter of time until you got on board with working out.
I don't think that's what he meant.
Slow down. I said no such thing. I have, however, grown weary of running. Perhaps it is time I tried something new. If you can recommend a form of exercise that will actually hold my interest, I may partake.
Nothing to it, Lord Rafal. I've got you covered.
See if you can withstand this!
Good, but not good enough. Your lance hit my neck, mine hit your chest. Let's call that a draw.
Unacceptable. You would be the clear victor if you had used your dominant hand.
Maybe, but I'm way more used to lances than you are. I think a draw's fair.
Very well. But let us have another go after our break, now that I have the measure of you.
Sounds good. Hey, can I ask you something?
Speak freely.
You seem like you're actually enjoying training lately. Any particular reason?
I lay the blame for that at your feet.
Me? Why?
Your past reminded me of my own. I too was weak in my youth, always falling behind, ashamed to rely on others for protection. I began a lifelong pursuit of strength.
That does sound kind of like me, yeah.
Our paths began in the same way, but mine diverged significantly. My thirst for power grew so strong that I was willing to hurt anyone to gain more. Strength without compassion is worse than useless. I see that now, in part thanks to you. My heart is no match for yours. But perhaps, with training, I can protect those I care about.
You can and you will. I'm sure of it.
Allow me to ask you something in return. Why do you spend time with me? Firene worships the divine dragon, and you are its prince. You should despise a fell dragon.
I don't like to label people that way. I'd rather go by what I see. When I look at you, I see a good guy. You like working out now, so how bad could you be?
I mean, I was also there for the final battle, but you know.
Besides, we're cut from the same cloth. I kinda think of you like a brother.
A much older brother, surely. But the point is well taken.
Actually, I was thinking of myself as the older one, since I've got more experience in training.
Ridiculous. A gulf of years lies between us that you can scarcely fathom.
Why don't we settle it with a rematch? Winner gets to be the big brother.
You will regret proposing such a wager, little brother.
Bring it on.
Oh, these conversations are just great. They're just great. Wow, he's actually born on a New Year, huh? Well, a day before the New Year, but, you know, New Year's Eve. Child of another someone in a different world, initially deceived to fight against the divine dragon, but no sacrifice made him come to his senses. Sweet, yes, nature, scary stories, parties, luxury goods, being intimidating, gem-like sweets. Just like exercise, yeah. Sunburns, crafting, cleaning, being looked down upon, kindness. Accepting new and extreme confections. Being fighting. There's a talent. Struggles with an instinct to be haughty and self-centered, but has begun to understand kindness and compassion. Most frightening ally in the army. As one does.
Celestia, you still haven't taken a break?
Well, no, I was still organizing the weapons. I'm almost finished.
You know, you can reach out to me at any time. I'd be happy to help you. All of these things you've been noticing and taking care of for us have been really helpful.
I'm doing this because I want to. By the way, you were wonderful in battle today, Divine One. The bravery you show protecting your friends is inspiring. But all that effort requires rest, too.
Thank you. I'll get plenty of food and rest. You don't need to worry about me. Speaking of food, wasn't today's meal so good? That vegetable soup was delicious.
Oh, that does sound lovely.
Sorry, I didn't realize you hadn't eaten. I'm sure there's still some left if you want to go now.
No need to apologize. I got busy and forgot. Oh, the last time I sat down for a proper meal was, a few days ago, I think.
Oh my god!
What? You need a proper sit-down meal.
Meals take time, but I do snack a lot. There's just so much I want to do for everyone.
That's no good. You're coming with me, Celestia.
We're getting your food right now!
Where are we going?
You have to eat properly if you're going to have enough energy for all this activity. I'll be watching to see that you take time to sit down and eat more. Celestia, I brought you today's lunch. Though it's a little late to call it lunch now.
Oh, thank you, Divine One. I lost track of time visiting with everyone and it slipped my mind.
The same way it slipped your mind yesterday, as I recall.
Well, I
can't believe you'd miss all the best meals if I didn't keep track. It's a good thing I noticed.
I thought all dragons were like this, but maybe it's just me. I've been trying to pay attention, but I get so distracted by everyone else. If someone's in trouble, I want to help them. And if someone's worried, I want to listen. The other day, I was helping someone move some heavy items. Before I knew it, it was dark.
Not again.
I know. I'll just eat what you brought me right now.
What's funny?
I'm so happy to be sitting here with you, Divine One. Even if I am the only one eating. It isn't just my stomach that's filling up, but my heart as well. Oh, Divine One, this soup is delicious. Please, try a sip.
Thank you, but I already had lunch. Besides, I brought this for you.
You don't need to hold back. I wouldn't want to keep something so delightful all to myself. Here, say ah.
Wait.
Come on now. Ah.
If you insist. Ah.
How is it? Isn't it wonderful?
Yes. Very delicious.
There we go. Looks like everything is in its place. Well then?
Let's get started.
We have been eating together a lot more often lately, haven't we?
I'm just happy that you're taking the time to sit down for meals. Well, not counting the times you get too distracted by other things.
It is kind of you to show such concern. Thanks to you, I've been eating some delicious foods. Mealtime is a lot more fun since we started eating together. And it's not just meals either. Everything I do by your side is more fun, Divine One.
It makes me happy to hear you say that. I was worried you might find things difficult here, since this world is unfamiliar to you.
Not at all. I enjoy being here, especially when I see you smiling. I will help you face any foe if it gives you more reasons to smile. I fear no enemy. I'll defeat them all.
That's reassuring, Celestia. I feel the same way. It's inspiring to be around you. You help me feel so much stronger.
A lot has happened since I arrived here, but I'm glad I came to this world. Please, allow me to go on standing by your side. Rely on me.
Of course. I feel like I can count on you.
Oh, Divine One. You have some sauce on you. Hold still. There. That's better. You must have been quite hungry to get sauce on yourself like that. How cute.
Hey, I appreciate the thought, but I'm not a child. How embarrassing.
How are you, Madeline? Are you adjusting to this world?
I was uneasy at first, but I'll say I am feeling more comfortable on and off the battlefield.
It makes me happy to hear that. Try not to push yourself too hard, all right? I'm concerned because, well, you often overdo it.
Celestia, now that we're in this new world, I'd appreciate it if you stopped babying me. Really, there's no need to worry. I'm not overdoing anything.
Well, I suppose I don't need to nag too much. There are others here also watching out for you.
Yes, even the people of this world, despite my being new here. I'm grateful for their hospitality. It hardens my determination to work on their behalf and match their kindness.
Look at you being so ceremonious. It reminds me of Mavier.
Huh?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean...
It's all right. You just caught me off guard. I won't deny that my speech and manners resemble his. He was my mentor, after all. After my parents' death, it was he who took me in and trained me for battle.
I was so surprised when the two of you came to Lethos. I thought you were his daughter.
Brother and sister I could see, but not father and daughter. Oh, dear. What time is it? As much as I'd love to continue reminiscing, I ought to go train. Let's pick this up later, shall we?
Well, she is growing up to become a fine young woman. I was hoping we could reminisce, Madeline. You and Mavier met in your hometown, is that right?
Yes. I had just lost my parents and was trying to protect my town from the corrupted. One day, a huge horde, the biggest I'd ever seen, descended on the town. They surrounded us. There were fires, people dying in the streets. I thought I was doomed. Then, out of nowhere, a knight appeared.
And that was Mavier.
Since he bore the armor and banner of the Fell Dragon's forces, I thought him an enemy, but he cut down all the corrupted around me. Every last one.
Every last one!
And when I looked into his eyes, I knew with certainty that he was on my side.
And so you were saved. Then you traveled together to where I was. You lost your parents, your hometown. I was worried by how depressed you were back then.
Yes, It's embarrassing to think on now. Even my memory of going to Lethos is fuzzy. If not for dear Mavier, I would have surely died en route. He saved my life many times.
But you carried on. You're so strong now. It's like you're a different person.
I have my mentors to thank. Mavier most of all. He taught me many skills. Having taken me in, he must have felt a duty to teach me. We trained together often, and I can't even count how many times he protected me from danger. Like at the temple.
I know.
I only wish I could repay him for all the ways he helped me.
You realize you gave Mavier something too. Something immeasurable. He was always telling me how happy he was to have found you.
Happy? He said that?
He really did. You can feel good knowing you brought him happiness. You supported him too. He watched you grow and learn with the proud, loving eyes of a father.
Oh. It seems we've circled back to the father-daughter talk. Still, I'm honored by his words. Thank you for sharing them with me.
I believe Mavier is still watching over you, even now.
In that case, I'll have to redouble my efforts to become a knight worthy of his respect. I'm going to go train. But let's talk about you next time, alright?
I'm just saying, I really like these conversations. Didn't expect to know like it. Okay, well, I expected a lot about these because these are the DLC support, but you know, really nice that we're seeing all of them. And at one session this time.
Celestia, I did all the talking last time. Now it's your turn. What brought you to Lethos?
That is an old tale indeed. It happened long before we met back in our world. Over 1,000 years ago, when Queen Lumera was still alive, Sombron laid waste to the Mage Dragon's village. I barely escaped with my life. I thought I might find refuge there, since Mage Dragons also lived in those lands.
What happened then?
I found much more than just refuge. Divine Dragon Lumera and her child welcomed me like family. We chatted, went on walks, and ate meals together. My wounds were able to heal there.
Yes, I know the feeling.
Then Queen Lumera lost her life, and the young Divine Dragon took her place. I served the throne for the 1,000 years of peace thereafter. When Sombron showed signs of returning, the Divine Dragon was distraught.
That's a surprise. Outwardly, the Divine Dragon always seemed calm, if a little aloof. Was it around then that Lady Nell and Lord Rafal, came to Lethos?
Yes. At first, I found it difficult to accept them. I even attacked them when we first met, intending to kill them, of course.
You what?
The Fell Dragon had taken so much from us, and they were his children. It was instinct.
Yeah, I can't blame him for that train of thought.
But the Divine Dragon accepted them with a smile, and said to me, "Please support these two going forward, no matter what happens."
No matter what happens.
Foreboding, isn't it? It was as if the Divine Dragon knew something I didn't. Perhaps the fact that Lord Nil was lying about who he was. We may never know for sure.
No, sadly not.
After that, the Four Winds came along and, well, you know the rest. So, did you like my story?
Very much. It was fascinating. I'm glad to finally know your history. I see that Lethos was a place of healing and growth for you, as it was for me.
And we're going to continue growing here. Since we both arrived at the same time, we can walk this path together.
Absolutely. Let us face each battle, each challenge, without fear. And then, when this war is over, we can once again reminisce together.
I can't wait. It's a promise we will revisit when there is peace again. Gregory, how are you holding up? Do you feel like you're adjusting to this world?
I guess so. There are so many little similarities and differences to ours. I think I've mostly gotten used to it. I just hope we can end this war quickly.
This place certainly has its own fair share of enemies to confront, doesn't it? Now that we're here, the Four Winds should do everything we can to support the Divine Dragon.
I just wish Mavier could have come with us.
I feel the same. It's because of Mavier that we're still alive.
Heck, the reason we're even together right now is thanks to him starting the Four Winds. But then he was the first one to leave us. If only I'd forced him to let me go in his place.
Don't think that way. Mavier wanted us to go on living. He would want us to carry on his legacy. That's why he made you second in command.
I still don't understand why he gave me that role.
Probably because you're so old.
Ouch. Is that supposed to be payback?
I'm only kidding. It's easy to see why he made you my second. You fight so bravely to protect your friends.
All I did was run away. Sometimes I wonder if that's what I'm still doing.
What are you talking about? Don't be absurd.
What'd I say? Why are you suddenly so serious?
Mavier may have been the catalyst, but we all made the choice to carry on his legacy together. You are not running away. You're my second for a reason. Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Might I tell you an old story?
Depends. How old are we talking?
The story is from before you joined us, back when our divine dragon was still alive.
Oh, well, that's real ancient history.
I was on a scouting mission at Givre Port in Elusia when I spotted some of the corrupted. I was alone, but I couldn't ignore the threat, so I charged in. Incredibly reckless in retrospect. They overwhelmed me. It was too late to get away. I realized I was probably going to die. That's when a lone figure came out of nowhere and started fighting to protect me.
You don't mean...
I remember what he said. This is when you run away. What will you do if you get hurt here?
I did say that, huh? It's been so long, I'd completely forgotten.
You may be timid, but you risked your life to save me. I don't understand it, even to this day.
I guess... when I saw you there, all I could think was that I needed to try saving you. I was surrounded by people who hurt me when I was young. No one ever came to help. I kept praying that someone would save me. But it went unanswered. Since I knew that pain, well, it was unthinkable not to try and help you.
I was so relieved. You were a ray of sunlight cutting through my shroud of despair.
Was I really that good? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice to hear you say that. But even when I ran in, I didn't think we could win. I figured we'd both have to run away.
Well, thanks to you, I lived to fight another day. More importantly, I knew I'd found a friend I could trust to watch my back. That's why I invited you to fight alongside us in Lethos right then and there. You were so scared of the invitation. You panicked and turned me down repeatedly.
But you were persistent. You always get your way. I was surprised you even wanted to talk to someone like me. You had no clue who I was.
You charged into a dangerous situation to help me. How could I not trust you? Seeing that you were willing to risk your life for a complete stranger gave me so much hope.
Well, looks like my one day of bravery was also the start of something big, huh?
Exactly. Do you see now that you're not running away?
Celestia, you call the Four Winds your family. What do you mean by that? Family was never really a good word for me. I'd imagine it was the same for the rest of us.
You'd be right. Each of us suffered difficult losses before we met. I lost the mage dragons. You lost your home. Madeline, her parents, and Mavier, his master.
I only heard Mavier mention it once. He just said he regretted that he couldn't protect her. He said she died too soon because of him. All in some pointless fight.
We're all burdened with sorrows. Having a place to return to is what eases these burdens. None of us had something like that. I think that's why Mavier formed the Four Winds.
I suppose it makes sense. But isn't that different from a family?
I would have agreed at first. The Four Winds were friends and allies, not family. After we spent time together, laughing and talking, I realized we were filling those voids. The four of us have supported each other in a way others couldn't. It's something that can only be done by those closer than friends, by people you deeply trust.
That does sound like a family.
That's what I believe. It's why we must look out for each other. The Four Winds are family. If one of us is lost, the rest still need to protect what we have, even to the very last.
And with you being a mage dragon, chances are pretty good that'll end up being you.
What?
Oh, nothing. I suppose I should ask, if we're calling ourselves a family, who has what role?
I'm the mom. Mavier's the older brother. You are the younger, and Madeline's the little sister.
A perfect match. Although, why am I the little brother? And wait, where's the dad?
Good question. Next question.
Oh, would you prefer to be the father?
Not likely. And shouldn't you be more like an older sister than a mother? You don't look old enough.
Aren't you the charmer? But no, I love you all the way a mother would. That's why you can act a little spoiled around me. Oh, come now, don't try to hide it.
It's what?
See how we joke with each other? Just like a family, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think so. Honestly, it's kind of a relief to hear you vocalize it, now and forever. The Four Winds will be a family, a safe place we can always return to.
Got a lot of wholesome stuff. Vale, on the other hand,
I brought you something to eat, Lady Vale.
Zephyr! No. It's Celestia, isn't it? I'm sorry. Forget I said anything.
Are you all right? You appear to be sweating. If you'll allow me, I can dab away the sweat for you. Here, it won't take but a moment.
No, it's fine. I can do it myself.
Please, it's no bother at all. I want to take care of you. I could help with your hair. It's so pretty. I bet it would look lovely done up. Oh, I know. I could braid it for you.
Thank you.
Oh, how do you braid someone else's hair again?
What?
Oh, I remember. If I were... Oh, and...
Ow! It hurts when you pull it that hard.
I'm sorry. Dear me, it's tangled now.
Oh my, it's really tangled now. I'll fix it later. Don't worry about it.
I'm truly sorry. I'll take my leave before I make things any worse. I forgot to leave your meal.
Celestia's a bit overzealous, isn't she? It's rather unexpected.
you know I can hear you. I'm right next to you, right?
Are you tired, Lady Vale? You don't look well.
Do you think so? I feel fine.
Were you injured in the battle earlier? Does anything hurt?
I'm not injured. Look, fit as a fiddle. Although, my nose is a little...
Oh no, you must be chilly. We should warm you up before you catch a cold. There's no blanket here. Well, that's all right. I can just give you a hug.
What?
Mage dragons have a naturally high body temperature. Don't worry, this is sure to help.
That's all you should.
I don't want... Stop it! That's enough! Don't come any closer! I'm sorry.
No, I should be sorry. It was rude of me to be so forward, even if I just want to take care of you. You have my sincere apologies.
It's not that. It's just that you look so much like someone I used to know. I can explain a little more, if you have the time to listen.
Of course.
Long ago, I had a retainer. She was a mage dragon like you. She would treat me kindly and listen to me, the same way you do. I thought maybe she and I could be friends. I really liked her, but then we were forced to fight on opposite sides. And that was the end of any friendship. I know you're not her, but you look so much alike that seeing you brings back memories.
I understand. Thank you for sharing something so personal with me. I'll try not to be so forward in the future. When you're feeling up to it, could you tell me more about this?
Yes. I'm sorry to be this way after you've been so kind to me, Celestia. Thank you.
Your hair could use some attention, Lady Vale. Come, let me fix it for you. Don't worry, I've been practicing.
Then I'm alright with you doing it. Thank you.
Oh, are you chilly? I'll go get a blanket before I attend to your hair.
Mage dragons have a high body temperature, right? You could warm my hands in yours.
Oh, well, are you sure? I don't want you to be frightened.
You're my friend. What's there to be afraid of? Tell me something. Why are you being so nice to me?
Well, it's kind of a long story.
I don't mind. This time it can be my turn to listen.
In my world, the Four Winds was started by a man named Mavir.
Mavir? So he was an admirable person in your world too?
Very much so. He was my hero and friend to the last. Someone I looked up to. I heard that he had a master, and that master's name was Lady Vale.
Really?
Yes, she had the same name as you. Mavir had sworn to protect her no matter what. But it was an oath he was unable to keep. He said she died in a trifling battle. He always regretted the fact that he couldn't protect her. That's why I was so surprised to see you in this world. To know that you're alive. If it was you he wanted to protect, then I will take on that role as your protector now. That's why I wanted so badly to attend to you.
You've been so nice, even though I've been so cold to you.
No, you're very kind. Even now, patiently listening to my story like this. Mavir always talked about how kind his Lady Vale was. Just like you.
I'm glad you told me that story. It's miraculous that we met here. Though our worlds are different, we're connected somehow.
I believe so. There must be some power at work bringing us together like this.
Like good old DLC, what?
Celestia, the truth is, I do want to be friends with you. Could you maybe stay a little longer today?
I'd be delighted to. I'll stay by your side not just a little longer, but for as long as you need me. Can I speak with you for a minute?
What do you need?
Nothing per se. I just thought it might be nice to chat a little. Your voice and mannerisms. They remind me so much of the Mavir that I knew.
Why are you crying?
I'm sorry. I really wanted to apologize.
What for?
For letting you die. You were like family to me. Oh, if only I had pushed myself a little harder back then. If only I hadn't left you alone.
This feels very deja vu-ish.
Look at me.
Yes.
I cannot accept your apology.
Oh.
I am not the aggrieved party. The words have no meaning to me. I may have the same face as your former ally, but we are not the same person.
You're right. I apologize for acting foolishly. You're just so much like him. It's hard not to feel as though he's back.
I will admit to experiencing similar thoughts when we first met.
Your name is also Mavir, is it not?
Yes.
It would be very complicated if it wasn't.
I imagine you already know, but I'm Celestia. If it's all right with you, I'd like for us to be friends.
Very well, Celestia. I look forward to working with you.
Likewise, Mavir. Are you on break as well? Do you mind if I join you?
By all means.
Thank you.
You are staring at me.
I apologize. It's just so wonderful to be able to spend time with you like this.
Is it?
Don't worry, I'm not confusing you for the Mavir I knew before. It's just really nice to spend time with a new friend.
I see. Even so, I will admit to some curiosity. What was my analog like?
That's the way to put that sentence.
The Mavir I knew was the one who started the Four Winds. He was a stickler at times, but he was kind and strong. A remarkable second in command.
He was in a position of authority then?
Yes. As founder, he could have made himself the leader, but he insisted that I take that role. Although there were times he took charge, like when I would forget to eat regular meals. He would sometimes scold me too. Sit down and eat properly.
It seems you had a good relationship. If only I could say the same.
Oh?
No matter. Thank you for indulging me.
Do you know my counterpart from this world very well?
Not very well, but I do know her.
I'd like to hear about her sometime.
If you insist.
It's not gonna be pretty though.
Do you remember my request? I wanted to hear about my counterpart from this world.
I suppose I did agree to that.
You look uncomfortable. Is this an awkward topic for you?
No, But bear in mind that much of what I am about to tell you does amount to hearsay.
Of course.
In this world, we formed a group that came to be known as the Four Hounds. The group's purpose was to enact the will of Sombron. Your counterpart was its leader.
So then, were you the second in command in this world?
That role was filled by a different man.
Who is no longer with us?
Zephyr, the Four Hounds' leader, claimed to think of us as a family.
Claimed to?
Her actions did not match her words. She was harsh, destructive, but above all, lonely. I have heard that her draconic instincts were abnormally powerful, even for a mage dragon. It is said that her home village was destroyed by an uncontrolled surge of her magic. Some go so far as to say that if Sombron was not the Fell Dragon, then she would be.
No. That couldn't possibly...
What I do know is that she relentlessly sought Sombron's affection, pushing all others away. The Four Hounds were always at arm's length from one another. Personally, I never minded, but perhaps it is because we were not a true family that we went so very wrong.
I see.
Not a pleasant tale, I know.
Mavier, I don't think we should aspire to be friends after all.
It seems I have offended you.
Not at all. I think I would like for us to become more like family, as we were in my world.
I said it once and say it again. Jumping the shark, Ari?
Would you? Why?
I suppose I want to make sure you don't feel compelled to go down the wrong path this time.
But like he did it before? Man, after one of these steps? Okay.
I know we're strangers now, but building strong bonds can help make you feel like you belong.
This is indeed rather sudden.
The heart is drawn to those who need it most. You really don't understand this, do you?
Perhaps I do not. But if we are aspiring towards a familial bond, I suppose I can make an effort to try.
Thank you, Mavier. Let's agree to support each other. I'm excited to get to know you better as a family.
I look forward to it as well, Celestia.
I do love looking after everyone in the army, but taking care of animals is so fun and rewarding.
Thank you for the food.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes.
Celestia? What's wrong? You don't seem like yourself today.
I'm just feeling a little anxious.
Why? Did something happen?
I'm afraid these moments of happiness won't last. That the war will only grow more violent. What if, starting tomorrow, we can't enjoy spending time like this anymore? Or if you or I don't come back safely? These meals have become a daily source of happiness for me. But will there be a next one?
I had no idea you were holding on to this anxiety.
I never thought the time I spend with you, Divine One, would bring me such joy and fear. War always requires sacrifice. I know this when I'm standing on the battlefield. And yet, I don't know how I'd cope if I lost another person dear to me. I had friends in my other world who I thought would be with me forever. Now they're gone.
I understand, especially after having to leave your own world behind. It will take more than just having fun and making friends to heal those lingering wounds. I'm sorry to have made you worry.
Oh, you don't owe me an apology, Divine One. I managed to get worked up all on my own.
I care about you, and I don't want you to ever feel this way again. So, I'm giving you the pact ring.
You mustn't. The pact ring is far too precious.
I was planning to give it to you eventually as a pledge that our time together will last. We're close like family now, right? And families share meals, so let's continue eating together. Tomorrow, the next day, for as long as we live.
Thank you, Divine One. I would be honored to accept this ring. You've made me so very happy. I've always wanted to be someone you could rely on and let spoil you a little. Somehow I think you ended up being the one supporting me, Divine Dragon. You have become my family. I will cherish you, and I swear to never leave your side again.
On November 23rd, thousands of year-old soldier mage dragon, as leader of the four winds, he protected no one will fall in another world, so he came to aid the divine dragon. Like music, animals, walks, games, vegetables, cute things, small things, long hair, being relied on. Just like scary stories, schmood. I don't know why I almost said diary there. Dairy, meat, precise work, reading, bad weather, very odd places. I could tell she wouldn't like being in summons. Obviously chatting, looking at the other dragons. Decided to get emotions. For the rage village that was sword by someone, she fled to leave for the metal to find dragon. Cheerful and loving, laughs his affection on her eyes over herself. Has rich emotional perceptiveness in depth. Loves sunbathing more than anyone else. But hates very okay. She is happy and content. She also sits down to meals with the divine dragon, sharing bites she finds delicious. Every night she lovingly stores the pack ring in case given to her by Lumera long ago. Aww. By her own was Lumera, I presume. Aww.
Oh no. What have I done? At least the books weren't damaged. I better pick them up before anyone...
What are you up to, Divine One?
Oh, hello, Gregory. I was asked to help tidy up, but then
it all came tumbling down, huh? Even the Divine Dragon can't carry it all at once. Here, let me help you. Many hands make for light work, right?
Thank you very much. If we work together, I think we can be done in a few more trips.
So why the big clean anyway? Or better question, why are you the one doing it? I mean, isn't this something you could get one of your allies to do for you?
I couldn't possibly ask someone to do my work for me. I want to help out however I can, even when that means tidying up.
Huh.
Okay, the books are all properly stacked. Hopefully they won't topple over again.
Such a kind soul. I just hope no one ever takes advantage of...
Oh, did you say something?
Nope. Nope. Not a thing.
You are not gonna rewind 5 seconds to hear what I said. Nice day, YouTube.
It was the middle of the day when we left. Now it's completely dark. Today was quite the adventure, wasn't it?
I never would have expected that a simple shopping trip could become such an ordeal.
First we found that lost child. Then it turned out they were looking for their cat. And then we managed to get lost in the woods when we went searching for the cat.
I'm sorry. I had no idea those woods were so deep.
It didn't help that the cat was hiding on the other side of the forest. Not that I can blame it. Running and hiding is a great survival tactic.
At least everyone was reunited after all that. It's nice to have a happy ending. Thank you for coming with me. I know it went a lot later than we expected.
No need to thank me. Though we could have just run away from the whole mess. But it's not like I could have abandoned you to do it all on your own.
Did you say something?
Huh? Nothing. Anyway, you should probably hurry off to bed.
Also, better not lingo on what I just said 10 seconds ago.
I'm sure all your worried friends will give you quite the lecture in the morning.
Perhaps I should prepare myself for it before going to sleep then. Good night, Gregory. I promise to make this up to you another day.
That would be fun, but I don't want you to worry yourself over it. Sleep well. Spending all your energy helping others. Just like the late Divine Dragon from my world. I suppose I didn't need to be on my guard around you after all. I need to apologize, Divine One.
Huh? What for? You haven't done anything wrong, Gregory.
But I have to come clean. Up until this point, well, I haven't fully trusted you. I just wasn't certain if you were someone I could consider an ally, you know?
Oh, is that so?
I was grateful when you invited me to this world. Even though I couldn't figure out why, you welcomed me without question. I didn't know if I could believe someone like that. I was afraid of being betrayed. So I wasn't able to lower my guard around you.
You say it as though that is in the past. Are you able to trust me now?
Yes. I've learned so much from fighting beside you. And I know now that your heart is true. You're different from the divine dragon of my world. But in many ways, very similar. You think of others before yourself. Even though that kindness often gets you into trouble, you strive for a better future. You're honest. I can't imagine someone like that betraying us.
I'd never betray you.
Honestly, I'm kind of ashamed to admit all this. So we can move forward, I want you to hit me once. Twice. No. As many times as you want.
No, I'm not turning you into the masochist.
What? No, I could never hurt you. I know how much you hate pain.
Unlike your counterpart who loves pain.
Besides, it's only natural to be hesitant when meeting someone new.
But still.
Fine. If you can't come to terms with it, here, take this.
What? What was that? That wasn't a punch. You just flicked my forehead.
And that's all you get. Consider that your punishment. We'll never speak of this again.
Actually, that's almost a nice sort of pain. I don't mind it. Thanks, Divine One. From now on, my strength is yours. More so than ever before.
That should be enough training for one day. I've worked up quite a sweat.
That was quite the training session. You must be tired. This world hasn't changed you at all. How are you liking it here anyway?
Now that I've built a rapport with everyone, this place is starting to feel like a home. How are you finding it?
Me? It's not bad. It was a bit of a shock making all these new friends at once, though. I'd never really spent much time with others besides us four winds. But I'll get used to it.
Yes, it's certainly bustling. Reminds me a little of my hometown.
Home? We never really talk about it. What was your family like?
Well, my home life was happy. My parents were knights, and I always looked up to them. I know they loved me very much. That's why I became a knight, to make them proud.
Love, huh? I'm almost a little jealous.
What do you mean?
Well, growing up with loving parents sounds like a blessing. Not everyone gets to be loved growing up. Then again, not everyone is capable of loving.
Yeah, sadly.
I feel as if we're not talking about me anymore.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to, don't mind me. You must be exhausted after your training. I didn't mean to bother you. We can chat later.
Kidding, spy.
Very well. Take care, Gregory.
Hey, Madeline. Training again today?
Hello, Gregory. I am, but I was about to take a short break.
Sorry about before. You were telling me about your parents, and I made it all about me.
Please, no need to fret. It just made me worry for you. I wonder, would you share your story with me? Only if you feel comfortable, of course. I just hate to upset you again without knowing why.
I appreciate that. You're so much more of an adult than me.
I wouldn't go that far.
It's ancient history and not even that interesting. But if you want to know, I grew up very poor. And to make it worse, my parents hated each other. At times, they were even violent. I don't remember them ever being kind to me.
How awful.
Even on my birthdays. They gave me nothing but scorn. All I really wanted was a stuffed toy. You know I can't stand pain. So I tried to be a good kid. Tried to avoid being punished. It didn't help. They never loved me. Not to the bitter end when they sold me.
Yikes.
That's horrible. I can't imagine parents discarding their own child like that.
Believe it or not, it's the truth. The world is filled with people like that.
I'm so sorry, Gregory. I had no idea.
You don't need to apologize. Just... all that talk of home made me think of mine. It sounds like your parents were amazing people. You should wear their love like a medal.
And your parents. How do you feel about them now?
I hate them. I can't forgive them. But I try to convince myself they had their reasons. I wasn't able to be so detached before, but the Four Winds helped. You became my family.
I'm glad.
One day, I'll be able to tell my parents all this. Until then, thanks for listening to me.
No. Thank you for telling me. Yes, this ought to be perfect. It's exactly as I envisioned it.
What are you looking at? You seem so excited. Is this some sort of new training?
Ah! Oh, Gregory! Practicing your stealth approach, I take it. Good technique.
Thanks. So, what is that? A pile of dust?
Bites the dust.
Excuse me? It's a sheep plushie. I've never made a toy before, so I suppose it's not much good.
Sheep.
Oh, a stuffed toy. I think I see it now. Yeah, it looks great. So, is it a gift for someone?
Well, I heard you like things that are soft and cuddly.
Wait. It's for me?
That was the idea, yes. But perhaps I'll keep this little one for myself. A dust bunny isn't a very becoming gift from a knight. I'll just give it a home on my bed.
Gimme. It's perfect, Madeline. I'd love to have it, please. I'm sorry I insulted it at first. This sheep is truly all I ever wanted.
All right. Goodness. Here, take it.
Thank you. This is amazing. It's so soft and fluffy. I've never been this happy before.
It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die.
But why did you make it for me? I didn't do anything to deserve it.
Because you said you always wanted stuffed animals when you were little.
Huh?
Obviously, I can't go back in time and give this gift to little Gregory, but I can at least show some love to the Gregory standing in front of me.
Aww.
Your companions in the Four Winds. We love you. As do your friends here. You are loved. Even if that love came a little later than it should have. I wanted to express that somehow. So, I made you a gift.
I don't know what to say. I had thought I was jealous of everyone else for growing up with loving families. But even if my parents didn't love me, I have friends who do. And who show that love.
Exactly. And that dust bunny you've got proves it.
This is no mere dust bunny. This is the cutest fluffy sheep to ever floof. I appreciate this so much. I can feel my younger self smiling. Thank you, Madeline. I'll always treasure this. I'd love to know what you like as well. I want to repay this heartfelt gift with my own.
I can't wait.
Riss!
Lady Vale? You look shocked. Did something happen?
Oh, it's nothing. Gregory. I'm sorry. Please don't mind me.
I'm getting deja vu all over again.
Actually, I'm glad I ran into you. I've been wanting to talk to you for a while now. Instead of standing here, would you prefer to sit on that tree stump while we chat? I don't have anything to use as a blanket. I should have thought ahead.
It's fine. We can just talk while standing.
Everybody does that almost all the time with these support conversations anyways.
Or you can sit on the stump. I'm fine sitting on the ground.
What? No, I can never ask you to do that. Please, take the stump. I'd feel terrible if you had to sit in the dirt because of me.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be difficult.
No, don't apologize. Wait, you're shaking. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Seeing you brings back memories.
Again, in case you couldn't tell, this is deja freaking vu here.
Memories of the me from this world, you mean? Judging by your expression, I'm guessing they aren't good ones.
I'm sorry, Gregory. I do understand that you are a different person. It's just that... well...
It's okay. You don't need to explain. I'm making you uncomfortable. We can talk another time. I'm just grateful I was able to see your face and hear your voice. Please, don't worry about it. I'll see you around, Lady Vale.
He looks just like Gris. But they couldn't be more different. I should try to be friendlier.
At least this one doesn't seem to be masochist unlike this.
Lady Vale, I wanted to make up for our last encounter. I brought you a gift.
A gift? Thank you, Gregory. What is it?
Well, I asked around, and was told that you like spicy things, so I went into town and got you the spiciest treats I could find. Shall we try them together?
You really went to all that trouble for me?
If it's worth doing something, it's worth doing it right. Please, if something looks tasty, dig in.
He's always so kind. And yet, although I know he isn't Chris, I'm still nervous around him.
What's wrong? Do you feel awkward eating alone? Alright then, I'll eat something too. This bright red sandwich thing looks pretty good.
Careful. That one looks extremely spicy.
Not as spicy as I thought. Although... Wait. Oh no. Is this a delayed heat?
Oh no.
Yeah! Hot! Hot! Yeah!
Oh no! I'll get you some water!
I'm fine. Really. Don't worry about me. Please, try one of the treats.
Are you sure? Well, if you insist, I guess I'll try the same one. Oh, wow. This is delicious. I've never had this before, but it's just spicy enough.
Seriously? This isn't too spicy for you? Wow. I'm glad I made you smile at least. There's still plenty left. Please help yourself.
You're sweating. Are you feeling okay?
That might have been a bit too spicy. Guess I'm not as tolerant to that sort of pain as you. But I'm fine. Really. I can handle.
Gregory? Gregory! What do I do? He just fell over. I'll go get some help. Just don't move.
Not like I can, anyways, I'm on the ground.
Oh, why would you push yourself like that?
Lady Vale, I'm sorry about before. I know my fainting spell was upsetting to you.
Don't worry about it. I'm just glad that you were okay.
I still wanted to apologize. To make up for it, I brought some different treats for us to try.
Are these all spicy things? You tailored these to my tastes again, didn't you? I appreciate the gesture, but if you can't eat them with me...
Don't you worry. I've been practicing.
Even so...
Come on, let's eat. This bright red cookie smells pretty good. Or should I try... No. I'll take this one.
Take it slow, okay? I've seen how you handle spicy foods.
No. I've got this. I can handle spice. Really. Maybe I'll try this cake next. Though... Whoa. It definitely smells like it packs a punch.
Why are you putting yourself through this? I hope it's not just for my sake.
Well... Nobody likes being afraid, right?
I don't follow.
I know that you're scared of me. Just looking at me makes you shudder. I don't like being scared. So the last thing I want to do is make you feel that way. I know that other me hurt you. But I'm not your enemy, and I wouldn't ever scare or harm you. I thought that this could be a way to prove that to you.
I see. I think...
Only so much.
If eating this food together makes you happy, then it's worth it. I'll get used to the burning.
I'm not scared of you anymore, Gregory. It's painfully clear that you're a kind person, but it scares me when you push yourself like that for my sake. I worry you'll faint again.
Really?
Next time, if you want to bring me a gift, it should be something we both enjoy. I want us to be friends, but that doesn't mean doing things that make us uncomfortable. Unless you don't want to be friends.
No, I mean, yes. I want to be your friend. If you're comfortable with that.
Thank you. On that note, what's a food you really like? It's my turn to treat you. As a thanks for everything you've done.
Thank you, Lady Vale. I'll be sure to pick something extra tasty. When I can taste again.
That'll probably help. Just saying, but still probably help.
You are Gregory.
Yeah.
We have a duty. These weapons will not maintain themselves.
Right.
Your disposition is as lax as that of your counterpart from this world. You perform well in battle, but whether you can be trusted remains an open question. Perhaps I make you uncomfortable. You are free to go in that case. Only one of us need remain.
No, I don't want to go and leave you here all by yourself. To work, I mean. Sorry. In any case, yeah, I want to stay.
This is going nowhere. Your motives are a complete mystery. If we are to make progress, we must have an open discourse.
Discourse?
We should begin with an exchange of facts so we both have the same information.
Wait, Mavier. Are you saying you actually want to talk to me?
Yes, that is explicitly what he's trying to say to you.
Do you object? You seem distressed.
I'm getting deja vu again.
Distressed? No. I wanted to talk to you too, but I was scared that you hadn't forgiven me since I'd abandoned you. I didn't think I could show my face. I'm so sorry.
I cannot say that I understand, but I do hear you at least.
Mavier, I'll never leave you alone again, I promise. I'll always be by your side.
This is going to be challenging.
Like it always has been.
Say, Mavier, even though we're talking, I don't really feel like you trust me.
If that is so, it is unintentional on my part.
Oh, okay. Well, I still thought you should know that I took over for Mavier in my old world. That's how much you trusted me. I mean, not you, but the you back there.
I believe you, and you do seem like someone I could potentially trust with my life.
What was the me in this world like? You were in the Four Hounds together, right?
Are you sure you want to know?
I told this the last time to someone from whose counterpart was very different to her, and she was kind of upset by that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a little unfair to know nothing about him. I told you about my Mavier.
Yes, you did. With a great deal of emotion. Very well, if you insist. But I warn you, the tale is not a pleasant one. You should steel yourself.
If you're trying to scare me...
What I am about to say has not been confirmed directly by him, but it is the truth as I know it. Your counterpart, abandoned by his parents, was taken in by a church of the Fell Dragon.
Okay, so far, same as me.
Unlike you, he discovered early on that he enjoyed pain, receiving and inflicting. Rumors suggest he considered his own pain to be spiritual, an offering to the Fell Dragon. It was that fanaticism that earned him Zephia's attention, and an invitation to the Four Hounds. In those days, I hear he was almost incapable of ordinary conversation. A complete pariah.
I can see why. Who would want to be friends with someone who liked pain? What about the Four Hounds? How did they get along?
Not well. Our tenuous bonds were shattered by the death of one person.
The death of one person? Was it me? Or Celestia? Madeline?
Marnie, this world's Madeline, was killed by your and Celestia's counterparts.
Mostly by Celestia's counterpart. Chris was just there.
What?
They called her death a waste. They laughed over it. I could not forgive them. So, I defected. When I look at you, I see his face. Perhaps that is why I have been unable to trust you fully.
I can't blame you. If he did something that horrible... Well, I understand your attitude now. Sorry. I'll stop bothering you. Thanks, Thanks for talking to me.
Gotta go, bye.
Are you all right? You seem distraught.
Nope. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
It is only natural to be upset by my recounting of those events. If it was more than you could bear, allow me to apologize. I should be more considerate.
It's fine, really. I was the one who asked. If he did all that, well, I wouldn't trust me either.
Circumstances have changed. I know now that you are not capable of doing the things he did.
Obviously. I'm not that kind of guy. I'd never kill an ally. And I wouldn't abandon one to fend for themselves either.
I believe you. I'm certain you would risk mortal peril to protect your friends. For that, You have earned my trust.
Oh, really? You don't know what it means to finally hear that. Thanks for believing in me, Mavir.
Huh?
What? I say thank you and you just stand there staring at me like that?
Your thanks caught me off guard. It made me realize that in all the years I knew Chris, he never once thanked me for anything.
Because we're not the same person. I mean, the me of this world sounds like a huge weirdo, to put it lightly.
Yeah, he was a huge weirdo.
Indeed. What is it?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking. I'd never heard Mavir laugh before.
Perhaps, but as you rightly pointed out, we are not the same person.
Exactly. Even if we do look like them at times, we're still just us. Let's keep up the good work, Mavir.
Agreed.
Born on September 17th, one of the four winds, became Celestia's second after the name Mavia. Candidates wanted a divine dragon's request. Like flowers, soothing nature, animals, fluffy toys, crafting, fishing, bland foods, spicy food, scary stories, pain, but weapons, training, folk food, extreme heat or cold. Finding a blanket is a hobby, apparently. That brings me almost all the time with those two. Making clothes, making pies. Born destitute in another world, ex-worshipper of the Fell Dragon, joined the Divine Dragon as Celestia's invitation. Compassionate big brother type. Detests pain and fear. Will stop at nothing to avoid violence. Owns the most stuffed toys in the army. Man, as one does. Thankfully, though, this part is about to finally come to an end. As there's just one left. And thankfully, it's only really 3 that I have to see for this conversation, so, I'm almost done!
Thanks for training with me, Madeline.
No, thank you. It was an honor to spar with someone of your talents. Actually, may I say something? Before we part ways.
Of course. What is it?
I just want to say how much I admire you. You're so earnest and optimistic. Not to mention how graciously you accepted those of us from another world. What sets you apart as a leader is not your divine dragon roots, but your kind heart.
Oh, I appreciate your kindness, but that's quite a few compliments to throw my way at once. For what it's worth, you're incredible too. You're loyal and fearless in battle. I'm grateful that you came to our world.
Please, it is a knight's role to charge bravely into battle. I don't need praise for doing my duty. After all, it's not the recognition that matters. It's the fact that I'm serving my purpose and helping you secure victory.
That's very reassuring to hear.
Now, I must be off to my next engagement. If ever you're short a sparring partner, feel free to call on me again. One quick strike, and it'll be done with. I just need to get closer.
Madeline, your weapon's drawn. What's the matter? Oh, a ladybug. Cute.
Cute? That creature is trespassing in the Somniel. I have to eliminate it, or it could rain destruction on you and all our allies.
This is not a miraculous ladybug, Madeline. It's fine.
Uh-huh. I take it you're scared of bugs.
I didn't say that. A knight never admits fear, no matter how strong the foe. But fine, yes. I have something of an aversion to insects.
That's okay. Everyone has things that scare them. But how about you put away your weapon? That bug isn't going to hurt you. I promise.
How can you be so sure?
Here, watch. Shoo, shoo.
The beast is on the move!
It's all right. Look, it's flying outside.
You let it escape? What if it goes on a murderous rampage?
Again, not a miraculous ladybug.
I think that's unlikely. Besides, it's best to settle matters without violence when possible.
I can see the sense in that. Thank you for handling the situation.
No problem. I'll say, I'm kind of surprised to see you like this. You're so brave in battle. Who'd have guessed a bug could make you squirm?
Squirm? Knights don't squirm. Please, wipe that grin off your face. Time for a break, Divine One?
I'd say so. Thanks for training with me again, Madeline.
My pleasure. Really, I appreciate any chance to get my body up and moving.
Is something wrong?
Not at all. Actually, I was thinking about how glad I am to be here in your world. I'd be lying if I said I had no doubts or lingering regrets. But being here with you, I feel as if I'm becoming the knight I was meant to be.
I'm happy to hear you say that. Still, I'm sorry for asking you to leave your own world.
Please don't apologize. Since coming here, I've grown so much, and now...
A bug! Don't worry, Madeline. I'll take care of it.
No! I've got this. I can do this. I can do this. Now, shoo! Shoo!
Nice! You handled that well.
I was scared. Really scared. But not as much as last time. And that counts for something. I'm glad to be here. Learning to overcome my weaknesses with allies I adore and respect. If I hadn't come to this world, I doubt I would have grown so much. That's what I meant to say earlier. In short, thank you, Divine One.
Thank you for being such a good knight. And sparring partner.
Yes, I'll always strive to excel at both.
I don't doubt it for a second.
Lady Vale, forgive the interruption, but I'd like to formally introduce myself.
Huh? Marnie? Is that you?
Madeline, actually. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Oh, yes, of course. Nice to meet you.
And you. I swear, as a knight, I will do all I can to support you in battle. You know, Mavier told me about you. He said you were strict, but kind and noble.
Mavier? You must mean...
Sorry, yes. The one from my world. But from fighting by your side, I believe you're quite similar to the Vale he spoke of.
Thank you. Really, that's kind.
Is something wrong? The way you're looking at my face...
Again, I'm getting real sensitive through here.
Oh no. Do I have something in my teeth? Excuse me while I find a mirror.
No, it's not that. You just look like someone I used to know. Your smile. It reminds me of hers. She had such a lovely smile.
How kind of you to say so. My parents like to say that one's face reflects one's inner self. So in complimenting my smile, I feel as if you're praising my very soul. Not that praise is what ultimately matters. As a knight, I care only about doing what's right.
You don't care about praise.
Oh no, that's he's the one crying.
Oh, dear, I meant no offense. Really, I did appreciate the compliment.
It's not that. You've been perfectly kind. This is my fault. Please excuse me. We'll have to chat some other time.
Of course, Lady Vale. I look forward to it.
Madeline, I'm sorry for getting so emotional the last time we spoke.
No need to apologize, Lady Vale. I just hope that you're alright.
I am. But I want to talk to you about something.
Certainly. It would be my privilege to hear what you have to say.
Thank you. You see, it's about a knight named Marnie. Someone you resemble. When I was fighting against the Divine Dragon, I was under the spell of an enchanted helmet. Marnie tried to break this helmet, and she managed to put a crack in it. Thanks to that brave act, I regained my senses. I feel that I owe her my life.
Just the sort of courageous act I'd expect from one of your knights.
Yes. But because of it, Marnie was killed.
What?
She gave her life for mine. And I didn't have a chance to thank her or say goodbye. I know that you're not her. But I still wanted to explain my feelings.
I see. You're right. I'm not Marnie. But I believe I know how she felt. A knight's duty is to lay down her life for those she serves. For you, I am sure she did it gladly. And what a wonderful knight that makes her, to have fulfilled her purpose.
Wait, don't you see? It was my fault she died.
Forgive me if I am overstepping. But given the chance, I doubt she'd do anything differently.
Huh?
In her situation, having carried out my duty as a knight, I would have no regrets. And I would feel great pride to be remembered with such fondness.
I hope so. You're very kind, Madeline. You know, if Marnie were alive, I think she'd be a knight like you.
I take that as a high compliment. Lady Vale, I'd like to thank you for sharing Marnie's story with me.
It was no trouble at all. Thank you for hearing it.
I can't imagine how it felt to endure losing such a brave and loyal knight, and to continue fighting with that pain in your heart. You must be quite strong indeed. Please know that this isn't idle flattery. I just think you've done so well.
You think I've... what?
Apologies. I just felt that you deserved praise for standing tall after that tragic loss. I am speaking well above my station, I know. But it needed saying.
Aww.
Oh, dear. Lady Vale, forgive me for speaking out of turn yet again.
No. These are tears of joy. Javier told me what Marnie's last words were at the end. Marnie said exactly what you told me just now. Tell her she's done so well. You had no way of knowing that, but still you said it. Finally, I could hear her parting words for myself. I can't stop crying.
Aww.
I see. Well then, Lady Vale, will you take me as your knight?
What?
I cannot replace Marnie, and I don't intend to, but I want to take up her role, to protect you and remain by your side.
Oh, Madeline. I can't tell you how glad your offer makes me. But I'm sorry. I have to say no.
Of course. I'm not strong enough.
It's not that. You're a splendid knight. But you're not my knight. Marnie may be gone, but still, she will always hold that place for me. I wish I could give you a different answer. But that's how I feel.
I understand. Marnie is lucky to have served someone with such a devoted heart.
But instead of my knight, can I ask you to be my friend?
Your friend?
Yes. We can chit-chat, share laughs, see what the future holds. Together. I want you to be there when I become a dragon who saves the world. What do you say?
I'm honored. Yes, I will gladly be your friend. I'm not sure how good I'll be at it, though. I haven't had much practice.
To start, you can be a little less formal. If you have questions for me, please go ahead and ask. Otherwise, it's as simple as being there when we need each other. How does that sound?
Perfect. It sounds simply perfect. Hello. Do you have a moment to speak?
No. You must be Madeline.
Yes, that's right. And you are Mavier.
Yes. Did you need something?
Pardon me. I only wanted to say hello and formally introduce myself. Being from a different world, I'm sure I have much to learn about yours. But I'm pleased to make your acquaintance, and I look forward to fighting for victory together.
Your warm greeting is noted. In fact, I was hoping you and I would have a chance to speak. Thank you for coming to me.
Oh, no thanks needed. It's custom for a junior knight to greet her betters.
Betters? I saw how you fought in the last battle, cleaving through enemy ranks with ease. It's clear to me you are a brave, capable knight. Well done, Madeline.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind. But really, there's no need for such praise. I am a knight, sworn to protect my allies.
So that's how you are. Wonderful. Apologies. You doubtless have many more people to greet. I will take my leave.
Greetings, bye.
But wait, Mavier... How strange it is, speaking to Mavier again. But am I imagining things? I got this curious feeling. It felt like he was looking at me, but speaking to someone else.
Every last piece of equipment has been inspected. Time for a break, I think.
Yes, you certainly deserve one.
Since you organized everything beforehand, the work went rather quickly. Really, that was a tremendous help. Well done.
I'm just happy to be of service.
Dividing the items by size and type was a smart touch. You have a mind for logistics, and it must have been no mean feat sorting such a large stockpile. Your efforts are noted.
It was nothing, really. I just... Oh, dear. I don't know how to say this, so I'll just come out with it.
Is something the matter?
You seem to praise me a lot. I appreciate the recognition, but as I've said, it's really not needed.
Right. You did say that, didn't you?
I may be imagining things, but when you praise me, it feels as if you're praising someone else. So, it's true then. You're not praising me. Not really. I am no one else's stand-in, Mavier.
Right you are. Apologies. Without meaning to, I was conflating you with someone else. I suppose I wanted to give her what I had failed to offer before. Nonsensical as that may seem.
Her?
In any case, I apologize. I will endeavor to make it up to you. In time. Excuse me.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that. After all, he's not alone in conflating one person with another. I am too. Now I understand why Lady Nell treated the Divine Dragon so coldly. I should try to see this Mavier as the person he is, not the person he reminds me of.
Madeline.
Mavier. Hello.
I owe you an apology. I am sorry for making you uncomfortable.
Nonsense. I'm the one who went too far. I had no right to criticize you for mixing me up with another person. After all, I was doing the same thing to you.
You were? Apologies. I will say my piece first. That seems proper. I had not intended to tell you this, but it seems I must. The you of this world is dead.
The me of this world is dead! Collect!
What?
The person I conflated you with. Her name was Marnie. I fought by her side many times. She was a frank person who delighted in praise, and I failed to protect her. I watched her die.
That's also what happened to you. I mean, the Mavier from my world. I failed to protect him, and he died. I guess you could say we lost each other.
Yes. Still, I know you are not Marnie. I will not come to you for her forgiveness.
And I will not give you the apology I owe my Mavier. Nor will I cry and cling to you, and voice the feelings I'd meant to express to him. I'm just glad to see you're alive and well in this world, even if I'm not.
I feel the same. It brings me comfort to know there is a world in which you survived. I wish you the greatest happiness.
Thank you, Mavier.
I promise, I will never again conflate you and Marnie. You have my word. Standing before me, I see none other than the brave knight Madeline. The words of praise I give you are yours, and no one else's.
I appreciate that.
In truth, though, I do not praise people often. You may not hear much of it.
All the better. I don't need praise. Then again, earning yours might be an enticing challenge. I'll be sure to train enough that I do.
Very well. I am glad that we see each other as we are. Now we can truly become friends. Here's to dominating the battlefield together.
Yes, Mavier. I'm going to make you proud.
Aww. I'm glad I got to see all of these. Honestly, I do. I really do.
Right.
And I actually know how to get along with animals. They do find alongside us as well.
Madeline, you're up pretty late.
Divine One, hello. Yes, I was having trouble sleeping.
I'm sorry to hear that. Is there something on your mind? Not to pry at all, but if I'm feeling upset, I find it helps to get it off my chest.
Yes, I suppose you're right. You see, I can't stop thinking about Mavier. The one from my world, that is.
Ah, right.
It's not that I regret coming here. I don't. But I can't help but feel like I failed him. I wish I had noticed the warp staff sooner. I wish I had been stronger. Maybe then he'd still be alive. living here with all of us. These are the thoughts that plague me at night when I'm trying to sleep.
Madeline.
I'm sorry. Ignore me. I know it's unproductive to think such things.
Maybe so, but I know how you feel. I have regrets about what happened to my mother. The more I try to stop those thoughts, the more forcefully they come rushing in. It's okay, though. When you're having a hard time, you can come talk to me.
I appreciate the gesture, but this is hardly as simple as inviting you to spar with me. You're the Divine Dragon, and I'm a knight. I can't ask you to share my burdens.
Perhaps you'd feel differently if you weren't just a knight, but my knight.
Pardon?
I'm sorry. It seems abrupt, I know. But I've actually been considering it for some time. You're diligent, brave, dependable. Who better to serve as my right hand? And this way, I'll be better able to support you as well. So please, take this.
It is a ring.
The Pact Ring? But Divine One...
I know that Mavier will always be special to you. I don't want that to change. Your loyalty to him is enduring, and I would never ask you to lose hold of that. I'm giving you this ring to show that you're as important to me as he is to you.
Oh, I can't begin to express how happy this all makes me feel. But can I really accept this offer?
Only you can answer that question.
You're right. Mavier said that he wanted me to be happy. If he's watching over me right now, I'm sure he will accept whatever choice I make. And so... Divine One, yes, I will accept this ring and serve as your knight.
Thank you, Madeline. Together, we can face the future without fear.
Yes. And I promise to be a knight worthy of this honor. To grow ever stronger, that I may protect you and ensure long, happy lives for us both.
Born on April 4th, one of the four winds, helped to allies in the different world by spying on Elusia. Came to this world at the Divine Dragon's request. Like training, exercise, cool things, studying, tea, food, and old eat. Okay. Rainbows, the sky at dusk. Dislikes play, sewing, bugs, dark temples, cleaning, sub-cutlery, strong orders, and cooking. Collecting weapons, and memorizing maps and floor plans for towns again. Born in another world, was elusive to two knights. After they died, was saved by Mavier from a coordinated attack and taken to Lethos. Rational, serious, self-assured, quick to give praise, reluctant to receive it, dreams of being like a parent, looks skyward more than anyone in the army. She never drops her knightly ways, but does act more casual around the Divine Dragon. At night, they tell each other what happened that day. Keeps the fact ring in a small box tied with a red ribbon. A box of well-made, attractive ribbons, nicely packaged by Madeline for me to celebrate our partnership. I was about to say it almost looks like a box of chocolates, but it doesn't.
My mentor trained me well for this day. For him and for you, I'll fight with honor. Our Divine Dragon never returned. The Four Winds will make sure that doesn't happen again.
You rescued me from despair. I will return that favor here. Let us strike this monster down!
I have crossed between worlds to bring you victory, Divine One. You need fear nothing.
We've gotten this far. What's a little more pain? I'll protect you, Divine One. We're with you.
I did not expect to feel nostalgia in this moment, but your presence is exactly as I remember it.
You seem familiar.
I am the daughter of another Sombron, in another world. If you know my face, then you merely recall a child who is dead. You and I are two fell dragons on opposing sides of a battle. Nothing more. And I mean to defend the Divine Dragon to my last breath. Prepare yourself!
I have often wondered how it would feel to see my father's face again. Now I finally know.
Surely you are not my child. No more of them remain.
I am a fell dragon from another world. Our relation is theoretical at best. The Sombron of my world bade me commit terrible sins to become his successor. I brought that world to ruin. but perhaps I can redeem myself by kindling hope in this one. And when I defeat you, I will prove once and for all that I am greater than my father.
Alright, and that is everything I wanted to cover for Fire Emblem Engage. That basically wraps up everything. Finally done with a Fire Emblem game. Might be going to a Fire Emblem spin-off eventually after I plan a little more on how the hell I'm going to do that. Yes, I know I'm going back to my problems on not doing that, but again, I'll eventually figure out how to do that, because again, it's going to be a massive undertaking, especially if it's just like 3 houses, but again, and Fire Warriors-esque. Fire Warriors-esque. Dynasty Warriors-esque is what I'm trying to say. In the meantime, though, I probably might play some games that I actually have played, so I can have a nice, decent change of pace. There's still going to be plenty of Tears of the Kingdom uploads going about, because that's a long thing I have to edit down. But, yeah. I'll see you back here for more videos to come. And maybe getting around to free hopes. I'll see you guys then.